Yo, what's up with the good everybody? YouTube. This is RainbowFur in the Happy Hours. This is Crimsonite. This is Terrellion. Today we're gonna talk
Wait,
about
wait, wait.
something
Who's
that.
that? Who's that?
Who's that?
Oh wait, it's my cat that loves to be in front of me at the worst times possible. Um, his name is Shadow, but yeah, we're loves to come in the worst time possible. Um, Today we're actually gonna be talking about something that not a lot of people I've seen online actually talk about, but we're gonna talk about it here. It's what is a wasted slot, specifically in fighting games, because that's where this conversation occurred for. Um, these two characters I'm gonna mention is from two fighting games. So we have, you guys see Tanya from MK1, but there's all her other variations, but MK1. And then you got one that Terrell probably won't have a scratched up face for, and that's Bayonetta right here. She was in, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Well, in 4, but specifically Ultimate too. But yeah, Prim has a fiery, burning hatred for these two characters for unknown reasons. But his reasons are they are wasted slots in whatever game they're in. So I'll let Prim talk about his dumbass takes.
I never said Tanya was I said Tanya was a wasted slot in 11, not whatever game she's in. But it's true. Like, why did they bring Tanya?
Actually, she's the next one, 11, but yeah. Continue. I just had to correct you there. Go ahead.
What is it? Yeah, but like Tanya? No. Like everybody wanted Jade. Everybody before the game's released. We need Jade. We have Katana. We have Melina. Who are we missing? Jade. But Ed Boon wanted to be different and be like, let's bring Tanya. You're you're the only Tanya fan, and maybe like two other people. Like, it's such a stupid. Like, he did that just to be different. Like, you know that fish jumping out of a fishbowl meme? That's Ed Boon wants to be that so fucking bad.
But that shit makes no... Saying wasted slot makes no sense. You're basically saying, like, I can't believe... Like, saying wasted slot is basically saying, like, hey, they took away the fucking... what could have been DLC or whatever. They didn't waste a slot because they fucking already planned for this fucking shit. Like, that shit makes no sense.
When I say wasted slot, I mean two things.
Wasted development time is essentially what you're saying.
That's one major reason, yes. But when I say wasted slot, I mainly mean it. Whenever I say wasted slot, I either mean one of two things, which means very, very poor character design. Like, for example, let's say Echo Fighters, just ripping off another character, same movesets, Shotos, like a bunch of Shotos and Street Fighter shit. Or, in this case that we're talking about, Tanya, a character nobody wanted.
And the reason why
I'm talking, I know it's the
what the fuck? Nah, oh my god, I get
the reason why Tanya is a wasted slot is because of the second part, a character nobody wanted. Again, everybody kept saying Jade, and then Ed Boon just puts in this nobody character that nobody cares about.
Do you think nobody cares about her because she's black?
Hello?
Caught you, nigga. Alright, look.
No, that was just, oh wow, I was left dumbfounded. This came from my fellow black.
Let me say something. Let me say this. Actually, I'll say it after. Rainbow, go ahead.
First off, you've never once in your fucking life ever said wasted slot because they play the same. You've said wasted slot on specific individuals just because it took the place of a character or you wanted something different. Like,
exactly.
brother, let me tell you something.
Not only did I want something different, but like the whole general people.
Look at this. I've never mentioned this to Crim before. It's something I only just thought of now. Jade was in MK11. And they butchered the fuck out of her. Butchered the fuck. Do you know what Jade
Tanya
was
like?
No. Jade was in MK11.
Oh.
Do you remember her? What she looked like in MK11?
Yeah.
You do? You sure?
Yeah.
No, I don't actually.
Let me refresh your fucking memory.
Uh-oh.
But while I do that, I want to come back. Yeah. But yeah, let me pull that shit up first, dog. Let's get it started with that. Okay, 11. what was her OG outfit in 11? Her OG outfit in 11 was absolute fucking dog shit. So, damn. Like, they butchered her so badly. Look. What is this outfit? Tell me, what is this outfit?
What does that have to do? It's a skin. What does that have to do with anything?
That's her outfit in the fucking game. And not only that, they butchered the fuck out of her story, dog. Like, a new character. This
no one
character.
gives a fuck about the story. No one cares about the story.
No.
Did we ask about the story? Did we ask about the story? Did we ask?
No, you asked about why it's a wasted slot, and I'm gonna tell you why I would rather have. If we're talking about current day writers from NetherRealm, I would rather have Tanya than fucking Jade, because she would get butchered to all hell. That's why I hate fucking Melina Blazers and shit, because when Melina wasn't in, I think it was MK10, I believe it was MK10, when she wasn't in their base roster, every fucking post that would put, where's Melina? Where's Melina? Where's Melina? Where's Melina? And then she wasn't in DLC 1. Where's Melina? Where's Melina? Where's, like, do you know how annoying that would be? Sometimes I would do it out of spite, honestly. Let's keep it fucking real. But I'd rather her not been in the game.
In the end,
I don't think she's wasted.
In the end, Melina came because people wanted her. Just like how everybody wanted to like Jade. And what do we get? We got Tanya. We got this. Oh my god.
This what?
And she's a long.
Yeah.
You're so serious. She's a long range character. Uses like this stick thingy. Guess who else does that? Did you figure it out?
The roster of MK? Like, what are we talking about here?
It was literally Jade's spot. And she looks bad in the background character. You're dumb.
Hold on. Let me tell you this real quick, right? Because your other point was that. I'm sorry. I hope Terrell that you still remember the point you were gonna make.
I lost it.
I'm sorry. The other point you said, like, oh, they play the same and shit, right? That's every fucking fighting game. Every fighting game has, hey, long character, but instead of a gun, they use a bow staff. Oh, long range, but instead of a bow staff, they use a whip, right? And then you have shooters like, this guy does an air fireball, but he also has a short Yukin. And then you have like the fucking puppet characters, like, it's a puppet character, but like these
Rainbow makes a
characters
valid point
play
there.
the same.
That's
So
a
like
valid point.
the whole like, oh, they played the same is the dumbest shit ever, because that's a nothing argument. That's basically saying like, wow, I can't believe they made another Street Fighter 7, bro. Wasted plot, wasted time in development when they really should be making rival schools. Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about?
You had a good point until that last part. That made no sense. You were cooking and then you just dropped the pot.
Like, that point is null and void now, because even you, like me explaining it, you're like, oh wait, that does sound kind of irrational. So keep it to your first point, because your last one sucked ass. Sir, do you have any input? Because I know Crim might have something to say right now. So
Sure, I'll say this. I don't necessarily believe that Tanya was a wasted slot or like wasted development. I believe that Warner Bros. As a whole has misunderstood the assignment. Mortal Kombat back in the day was supposed to be this over-exaggerated, I don't want to use the word male fantasy, but I will say it was supposed to be over-exaggerated. The killing, the gore, come on, none of that shit is possible. And also, the women were supposed to be over-sexualized, like, because that's just how it is in games, you know what I mean? It's just, it's a video game, nobody cares. Now, if you see this image that Rainbow has on screen here, I didn't really catch what you said. But if you take a look at what Rainbow has on screen here, you could see that Tanya was, in my opinion, okay and decent across all the other games, and then the one in the center is a massive yikes. That is a wall hitter.
Oh, because she looks ugly? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, and due to the fact that they made Tanya look so disgusting, okay, in comparison to what she looked like before, I have to say this was just a waste of development. Like, just give us a sexy fucking ninja chick.
Well, let's be sensible. Like, they did that with a lot of characters. They cover up like
Yeah, they
not even just
unsexified
Tanya.
everybody, didn't they? They unsexified. Yeah.
It's because they're. I'm not gonna go into the whole ooh it's woke, right? But they want to change their designs to appease to like
People like you.
that they want to, people that they want to like keep money in their pocket. Like it's the same shit like when MK was back in the day, like all titillage and gore and blood and everything. It's one of the reasons that they fucking made the rating system.
How could you sit there and say they want to appeal to like sponsors or whatever, right? This is what you're basically saying, I guess, or like the major.
Essentially, more or less, yeah.
Right. But the game is still gory as hell. Like they're pulling people's spines out of their throat. Like what are we talking about?
That's why it's M for mature, bro. Like they know what they're
getting. And if it's
into.
M for mature, right? We're probably
that's my other thing.
If it's M for mature, why are we not allowed to see sexy women in this game? It's already M for mature.
I'm not saying we shouldn't, because I would agree. I think the underlying issue isn't even that they look sexy or not. The underlying issue is the writers and what they feel like, because it's a fucking new timeline, right? Of like, okay, let's do this instead, which they cooked in a few times. And then you had to like order seconds, and then you slowly start to see the fucking flaws. Like this has a little bit too much fat in it. It's like it was always been there. Like they fucking gaslight you to think it's actually fucking good. Like there's more to the whole like wasted development time than one particular fucking character. There's just no fucking way that your focus is on one character when it should be a broader picture. Like you got horse blinders, dog. You're like this, and like there's a huge ass fucking problem way over here, and you're just like, no, but this character, what the fuck? This is why gamers lose the fucking bloody plot about a bunch of shit. Gamers like you. But let's not just stick with Tanya, because the other one you mentioned is Bayonetta. But
this bitch is, first of all, if you're gonna say like she's sexy, you know she's actually no, she's not. I don't know what people find sexy about this character.
Yeah, as he's
maybe that's just maybe that's just a me thing, but like.
Yeah, he hates sexy librarians.
What is
You're
that?
trolling.
What the fuck?
This is definitely a you thing for sure, Grim, because I believe a lot of people find her attractive.
Yeah, which is why she was a wasted slot. You give the gooners that can only think with their dick the right to vote, and what happens? You get this bitch. Guarantee you, if like let's say Sakurai never did that fucking bullshit, she wouldn't make it in the game. She would not 100%.
He would still be in the game, bro.
No.
He would still be in the game.
No. And I even mentioned this in our last video with the whole fucking tier list of like guest characters. Like the reason why I don't like Bayonetta 2 is because most of the time whenever I talk about this character, or not like her or her game, it's like, yeah, if you like Devil May Cry, you'll like her. At that point, you could just bring Dante, which everybody wanted. Everyone wanted Dante. And then, but what do we get? We get this. But again, this character was only chosen because the poll was made, and again, all the no life gooners said, "Yeah, I'm a vote for my waifu."
Let me stop you there. Okay, because you're wrong, right? First off, why the fuck would Nintendo buy Platinum Games or like the IP for Bayonetta if they're not going to use it for something? Dog, it's Smash Brothers. First and foremost, for Smash Brothers, it's supposed to be like, oh, Nintendo, like, let's put all of our IPs into a fighting game. Oh wait, we got Bayonetta. Let's put her in there. The poll was to see what people wanted, right? Because people didn't just put Bayonetta. They put Sora. They put Goku, which anyone who put Goku was actually like Brightlet.
So because they bought Platinum Games, that's your reasoning? Do you think that's because they bought Platinum Games? It's obviously
if you bought a company, would you just say, it's just satisfying?
Like, what is it? They bought Platinum Games, and guess what they did with it? We got Astral Chain, a Platinum Games exclusive to the Switch. On top of that, Bayonetta 3 on Switch. Like, that doesn't have to be solely for Smash.
Well, actually, Bayonetta 2 was also on Smash 1 and 2. But
no, I'm
that's
talking
what Well, I know Bayonetta
Anyways,
3, but Bayonetta 1
but
and 2
my
is
point
like
is like just because they buy an IP, or a company or whatever, does not mean it's for Smash.
Bayonetta,
Like,
Bayonetta can't possibly be a wasted slot because she won during like a vote for like what people want in the game, right? So she had thousands upon thousands of votes, and a lot of people clearly requested this character. Yeah, just like many people say the election is rigged, you know.
this shit was more rigged than the United States election.
Wow, that's a take.
that's something. Look, take the poll out of this whole equation. Take the poll out of the equation, right?
Yeah, she wouldn't have.
If you bought a product, if you bought a product that is popular too, let's say you bought a product that's popular, would you look me in my slanted, always down, looking like I'm high eyes? Tell me for a fucking fact that if you bought a product, you would do nothing with it. You're just like, I'll just leave it there. It's fine. Whatever.
Rainbow.
Look,
In one
I know I
ear
can't
and
see
out
you.
the other. In one.
Jake got no
Get your
cam.
fucking joke out of the way. Get your fucking joke out of the way. Go. What are you gonna say?
Wait,
You done?
would you just be like, we bought Bayonetta just to help out platinum games? Okay, yeah, guys, do whatever you want, whatever. No, you would use the fucking. It's the same reason, like, you know, when DLC came out for Smash. Wasn't there one or two times where you're just like, that's an interesting character. What's the name? Hero from Dragon Quest? I might have to check that out. Like, this is also like another reason, like, you get more people to buy the fucking game is because, like, oh shit, this character's in Smash. Let me see what the game is about. Like, there's multiple reasons. Like, you have such a fucking straight edge down the road like take, and you don't see like once again, you don't see the bigger picture. You just see, ew, sexy librarian, disgusting, not my type, wasted. That's all you see, and it's like
I said, like 3 minutes ago, in one ear, out the other. The whole buying us thing, the fact that you think that something is purchased, and you immediately think it has to do with Smash and only Smash, makes you sound like the rest of the Smash retards. That is.
Use an active example. I'm not saying the literal. It's the same reason why people hate.
Arguing with your never mind.
You did it
it's
too.
Like talking to a wall.
It's the same reason why people are mad at like EA and shit for having a bunch of fucking IPs that they just don't fucking use and they can make money off of. It's the same shit. You wouldn't just leave something just because you got it.
Okay,
like,
so that's immediately for Smash?
Right, you're talking about in the context of Smash. I'm talking about the broader picture, and that's like the disconnect between us. Like, you're like, oh, this particular game has a wasted slot, and I'm just like, there's a reason that this character exists. It was the same reason Tanya exists. Like, trust me, my
okay,
personal...
then there must be a fucking sole reason as to why Iori is in a Lolia game.
Tanya exists because she's the minority. She was her purpose in Mortal Kombat story mode was just worthless.
What is your purpose?
You agree with me. You have to agree with me.
They did not use
exactly. So wait, hold on. Let me jump on you real quick here, Rainbow. What's Tanya's purpose in Mortal Kombat?
Tanya's purpose in Mortal Kombat is the same reason that fucking Baraka exists, the same reason that Reptile exists,
No, Baraka?
No, wait, hold on.
Baraka served a bigger purpose in the Mortal Kombat story.
Wait, hold on. I'm talking in general. Same reason fucking, trying to think of like somebody else. Reiko exists, right? Like, Lee May and shit. They had nothing to the story, so they just said, like, hey, here's a fight. Like, remember.
So if you're gonna say that their purpose was to just show up and fight, why didn't they just include what did Crim want? Jade or something? Why not just include Jade to go in and fight? Why did it have to be Tanya?
I didn't want Jade.
Oh, who did you want?
No. I'm saying I didn't want Jade, but I know because
the fans, right?
About Jade. Yeah, the
who
fans.
did you want? Because you're like
It doesn't matter.
Jade.
It doesn't matter. Hold on. Let's go back. It doesn't matter. Like in general. In general.
You know what? No, you know what? I'll let you off. Say your shit, and then I got something.
In general, I'm guessing like Crim was saying, like the fans want Jade. Why couldn't it have just been Jade? It had to be Tanya. But you're saying they showed up just for a fight.
Yeah.
No, it's the same reason. Like, because we discussed
Anybody could have showed up for that fight, but why did it have to be Tanya?
Well, hold on. It's the same reason when we talked about like how like a writer has all these characters and does fucking nothing with them. I would rather, if I had to actually choose of like, hey, this character's in the game. Let's say they played the same. Tanya and Jade would play the same, right? Because they both have like staffs and whatever.
Get to it. Get to it.
Shut up, right? Would I rather them fuck up Tanya, or would I rather them fuck up Jade?
Nobody cares who it was gonna fuck up in the story.
Yeah,
what mattered
so
was who it was going to be. You're supposed to appeal to the fan base based off of a character that people heavily request for. And you're giving people Tanya. Why did it have to be Tanya and it couldn't have been Jade? And you're not answering that fucking question.
I know, 'cause
You just said if they're gonna fuck up one story, I'd rather them fuck up Tanya's.
How about this? You said why put what the fans want. The fans already got what they want. It's called fucking Melina. It's like, dude, damn near 9% of the fucking Mortal Kombat fan base in terms of like requesting is always fucking Melina, even though she's a staple. They're always like, not Melina though.
If you really want a good game, you just keep giving them what they want. What's this? Oh, you already got Melina. Now stop there.
Keep giving everybody what they want. Okay, cool. So are you gonna buy the DLC after that?
No one wanted
You gonna buy it if all the characters in Mortal Kombat were in the game? Would you still play it, or would you still play it after the DLC? Would you buy DLC? No, you fucking wouldn't. Exactly.
Actually, he would. I think he would.
Yeah, I would.
Well, the general masses, because you already got all the OG characters. Now it's just guest characters, and probably half of them you don't like. So why Fighting Ace put fucking OGs?
They haven't added all the staple characters yet. They haven't added like Jax, yeah, and they haven't added like Cyrax and Sector.
Right. Like, can we talk about that shit? Like, that's the shit.
Yeah. With this whole cameo shit, Jade should have been the main character, and Tanya could have just been a cameo. It's as simple as that. And also the fact that for some reason, you think I'm against like sexy ladies. Like, I also think Reiko is a wasted slot. No one wanted Reiko. Who the fuck? No. You're not eating, Rainbow. Starve.
They're from the 3D era. I want them. I want more fucking.
Okay, but Rainbow, I know you. Rainbow, I've been knowing you. You're literally the I want to be different person. Like I.
No. I don't want to hear from you, bro. I don't want to hear from you. Nope.
We can gather everybody we know, and they'll tell you the exact same shit. You always want to be fucking different. That's why you like Tanya.
It happens to be that what I like varies differently from you niggas. That's all that fucking is. There's no like I want to be different.
You, Rainbow. I forgot what I was gonna say. God damn it! Give me a couple of seconds. Wait, because Crim kept fucking interrupting me. God damn it! Let me think.
And they ready to just waste a slot all day. God damn! Like that's what I'm saying. Like, there's never a wasted slot. Like it's a wasted slot for you because you as a consumer. But there's a reason that they do what they do. Is it always a good decision? No one knows. It's not always a good fucking decision.
Oh, it came back to me. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. You just said, I want those characters. They're for me. Do you still play the game, motherfucker?
No, because it takes too much off my fucking hard drive.
What a lame-ass excuse. You can't sit there and say you want Tanya and you want, what was the other character that Crim was saying sucks? Or
like Reiko and
Reiko. You want Reiko, you want Tanya. Sorry, I said Reiko. You want Reiko, you want Tanya, but you're not even fucking playing the game.
Yeah.
Okay, are you niggas playing? Are you niggas playing?
Yes, I literally think
if it was Street Fighter, like, are you niggas playing Street Fighter and Tekken right now?
Because they didn't give me my Nash. They didn't give us Dudley.
I don't have Dudley. I don't have Manat.
So because they don't have Nash, you just don't play the game?
And hold on. First off, the overall game didn't even appeal to me. Like the mechanics. We've had this episode before, which, by the way, if you guys haven't watched it, we talked about Street Fighter overall. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
And Tekken. And
okay. Shut up. God damn it.
Fuck you.
Listen.
I'm trying to get this into our video. Shut up.
I don't like the drive system overall.
Yeah. Street Fighter is ass. And then yeah, you know what? Now that you bring it up, Rainbow, yeah, it's not only is it ass. None of my characters made it back. No Dudley, no Banat, no like. I had to force myself to play Dawson.
You like Dawson?
Okay,
What do you mean?
True.
You're not.
Okay, no, I liked him, but I wasn't looking forward to him. I mean, I literally just chose someone because I didn't know who to play.
Wait, maybe that's how Capcom got us. Like they didn't give us anything they wanted because they wanted us to like try out different shit, and then we ended up realizing we actually liked the new shit. Let us know in the comments if you want us to turn that into it.
Which is crazy because that was like one of my points. But yeah, don't worry, bro. Don't worry.
Wait, Rainbow wins. Thanks, guys, for what? No. Okay.
like I promise you.
I like to thank my mom and my dad.
If Minot was in the game, if Dudley was in the game, G was in the game, someone that I really like, I would still be playing Street Fighter 6 consistently.
I'm not gonna lie, if they had like Dudley and Nash in the game, I would probably still be playing it because those are my boys.
But then ask yourself how many people like Nash to the same level as you do.
Obviously not.
There's not a lot.
They always put Guile.
Exactly.
Whoa,
There's gonna be some characters that you'll really like, but maybe a lot of people don't like, or maybe a lot of people like this character that you don't know.
Hold on. Shut up with your whole like and gotcha moment. Shut your stupid ass up. Let me tell you this. Are you not aware of the fact that Tanya probably has the same like popularity as like a Nash?
True. Thank you.
Right, but then you act like it's bad for her to be there, and Nash Nash isn't or some shit.
So do people even actually like Guile? You know how Nash is like the Guile?
People like Guile because he's like the turtle. He's the true turtle. And Nash is like a shitty turtle.
I feel like Guile just has to be there now. It's one of those characters that he has to. I don't know how to
look. I get what you were saying. You made a valid point there, Rainbow. The fact that like. Obviously, Nash and Tanya probably have the same popularity, and it's good that the Tanya fans got what they wanted. But like what you were arguing, and you win in that regard. But what you were arguing way before made absolutely no sense. This whole like, oh well, they're just trying to have people fight. But if they're trying to have anybody fight, then why not just give people what they want, which is like Jade, right?
Or more so. Why not make the story fucking longer and not have these dumb ass fucking plot holes and shit? That's the real thing. But
why are you always you and your fucking story, bro? Go read a book, bro.
This is my fucking franchise, bitch ass nigga. What do you mean?
It's my franchise too.
Story this, story that. Go read a fucking book. Go read a novel.
Tell me all the fucking Mortal Kombat games you've played, bro. Tell me all the fucking Mortal Kombat games you've played in your life. Preferably. Tell me every single Mortal Kombat game you've ever played, nigga.
Well, we're not doing all that.
Look, we know that you know the story like the back of your hand, right? We're not questioning that. It's just...
You know what's crazy? Back to the wasted slot thing, like Cyrax, I actually think, and Sector. Those are two of my favorite characters, and guess what? I don't play them because they ruined my fucking character.
They turned them female.
Oh my god, let's not go through this woke bullshit. Okay. That's another video for another day. Like,
they just fucked up my characters. I've been a Cyrax main since Mortal Kombat Trilogy.
That's not my Cyrax.
Yeah, that's not my Cyrax.
Yeah, put up the freaking fence in front of Warner Brothers Studio, bro.
Like, because they tried to fix what wasn't broken. Not my Cyrax. I don't want to. And then, yeah. Like, wasted potential, wasted slots. So it's not just Tanya.
It could have been fine because they had something with Sector and fucking Sub-Zero, like a relationship, whatever. But they just fucked it up.
You think everything's fine because you're part of the woke community.
The real crime isn't Sector and Cyrax. The real fucking crime is Noob Saibot. That's the real fucking crime. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I'm a huge Noob Saibot. Okay, see, at least there's a character that we can fucking agree on. Noob Saibot, they fucked over.
That's the crime.
Can I just say this, though?
Yeah.
I get that's the crime. Can I just say this? I find it to be a massive issue, Rainbow, that you look at everything from like a story perspective, a storyboard perspective, and that's a fucking problem. Because when you look at like Street Fighter and shit, and if you just want to look at all the story characters and whatnot, like you get Street Fighter 6, which is just Shoto Fighter 6, right? That's the problem. I don't even know if the story really is all that important in Street Fighter
Is
6.
it,
Yeah,
they
but
try to make it important and then they half-ass it. But
let me say it then like this, because that was kind of a bad example. But if you look too deeply at story, you're gonna get a bunch of characters that could potentially all be the same, or like relatively the same in like movement and options and utility, right? And abilities or whatever. But if you focus more on variety of characters, like getting unique characters, like getting archetypes, that's more interesting. And the problem is you're not going to get characters in the story that are like all different archetypes. You're going to get characters in the story that are probably like Ryu Ken difference. You know what I mean? You're going to get the Ken, you're going to get a Ryu in story mode.
And I agree with you. But here's the asterisk. MK loves to change up everything about a character in every fucking MK game. Even to where the inputs of the moves, of classic moves like Sub-Zero's like freeze, all the inputs always and the buttons always fucking change in every single fucking game. So I already know they're gonna change shit or like make shit look better or fucking make this character very different from what they were in the last game, so then this character kind of plays the old version of this character. Like, I already know they're gonna do that. So I don't care about that. Like, if we're talking about like Street Fighter in terms of like wasted slots and shit, I would have a slight different perspective because I know how like the characters and all that, like I would more tend to agree with you. But because MK loves to change shit up with like character moves and adding moves and shit like it's fucking Tekken, I know we're gonna have a variety of fucking character archetypes and shit. They're just fucking up on every fucking thing else. Like, imagine if you play Ryu all your life and you know the Hadouken input. It is down, forward, light, medium, heavy. Now imagine if the next game they said down, back. Or sorry, yeah, down, back. Kick. That's what MK does. So I already know they're gonna change shit up or whatever. It's just everything else. That's why I don't consider a waste of slot, because they're gonna change shit anyway. If anything,
that's stupid. That's a very
okay.
That's a dumb.
If anything, what they're wasting on is dumb shit that doesn't need to be evaluated. That's the shit they're wasting. The characters is whatever to me. They're wasting time for other shit so that when you look at the game with your bias or what have you, when you look at the game, you're like, oh, this particular area I hate it. But you gotta look at the bigger picture and know how their patterns and shit fucking work. I just know more about MK in that regard just because I'm more invested in that. Like, if you said, hey, there's pattern in Tekken for this, that, and the third, I wouldn't know. I'm not invested in that. So, which is why I'm so confident about the Tanya not being a waste of slot, because there's other shit they're wasting time on.
I'm a little confused.
Cringe.
Yeah, I'm a little confused as to what you were saying.
Chalk it up to yeah.
Are you basically saying that the characters, it doesn't matter that it's the same character or a dumb character because they're going to change the character so drastically, moveset wise, that it's technically a new character? Is that what you're basically saying?
Essentially, if you've ever played Tanya like in the older games,
we don't need to go down that
much.
Yeah,
you're right.
I get what you're gonna say. Like I summarized it. Okay.
Yeah. There's specific examples, but that's essentially
overall. For the most part, the character archetypes still remain the same outside of like Johnny, right? Like Johnny definitely changed because he no longer has like his ability, his special green power.
Oh yeah,
like he's completely different. That's a massive change for Johnny. But I think every other character in the game is very closely related to how they used to be in the previous Mortal Kombat games.
Yeah.
Outside of like the way to do the moves. The moves look different, but they still pretty much fall into whatever their previous archetype was.
Well,
is that accurate?
Well, right. Because Sub-Zero, he used to have freeze ball, and then they give him a freeze ball plus like under your foot
slide, and then he has a slide.
Right. Well, he had a slide since MK. Actually, I think since he started, probably MK2. I don't remember. Like he had fire, he had ice ball, he had slide. Cool. Then they added fireball, slide, jump back, clone. Then they did fireball, slide, jump back, but also an ice clone, not just behind me or jump behind me, but also in front of me. Like, they kept adding shit. Now they have like a triple fucking jump going, like flip, flip, flip. You're still frozen anyway. So he's way different than he was even in the last game.
Okay.
Like I said, you were half right in that regard. But
right, look, I think you're getting.
We kind of lost the blended plot.
You're right. The point is, Tanya's a fucking wasted slot. Crim, you
Get
were
the fuck up,
right.
man.
But you were 100% wrong with Bayonetta, though, Crim. I gotta be real. Bayonetta, people really wanted Bayonetta. Tanya, nobody gives a fuck.
That could have been Dante. Basically, like when I say wasted, like again, what I mean wasted slot. One of the reasons is it could have been someone else that we really wanted. And then like, I'm tired of this whole Tanya Bayonetta shit. Like, there's a bunch of characters that I see. Like, for example, if we're talking Smash, I think like all the echoes are wasted slot. Like, those could have been like Dr. Mario. We could have just had another one.
That's hard to say wasted slot. That's hard to say wasted slot because Sakurai was just trying to give everybody's here, which I really appreciated.
Yeah,
right?
but like
whether they're wasted or not, it's cool to see all the classic characters that we used to play with back in the day. That's fine. And you can't wait. Hold on, stop! Silence! You can't say it's a wasted slot when we got everybody in Smash Bros. That doesn't make any sense.
What about the new ones like Ken and Richter?
Okay, here's how I look at a wasted slot, right? A wasted slot, in my opinion, is when your game is so established that there's a ton of different other characters to choose from. Like, there's a lot of variety. And when fighting games nowadays are kind of just like, hey, we're not going to add 50 characters for our game. You're going to get 18, and then you're going to get 30 more throughout 5-year time span. That is when we get into wasted slot territory, right? Because you have so many other characters to pull from, and instead of pulling the ones that people really want, or people would be really excited for, or whatever, you're just giving us dumb shit, right? Like Mai. Like, you gave us Terry, and then you gave us Mai. Like, that's a fucking wasted slot, right? Maybe Rainbow would disagree and be like, what? But we're not going to get into his whole fucking rant spiel.
I have agree with that.
There you go. Terry's a great character. Everybody loves him. Like, it's impossible to dislike him in any game. But adding Mai on top of that, it's just like, dude, come on. Like, we want fucking Sean. Give us Sean. You know what I mean? Give us third strike. Give us third strike characters in general.
Makoto.
Nobody gives a fuck.
If you want to bring, if you want to make it a hello. Me and Rainbow gotta have
that was the rage bait, and that was the rage bait.
Yeah, sorry, fellas. Makoto's boring. Just another bitch in a gi. Anyways, what was I talking about? You already know I forgot.
You'd be unite right now.
Yeah. Hey, look, let's just wrap this up.
Look,
yeah, okay.
I guess
what I'm really interested in to know is what our viewers think of what a wasted slot is.
Like, because granted, it seems like we all consider, like, based on game to game, but we ask you guys, what's a wasted slot? Of course, we would love to hear from all of you guys in the comment section below. Let us know who you thought was a wasted slot in your fighting game. And, okay, anyway. So, yeah. With that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Y'all have a good one.